Fourth season. Today is September 29th. And Philip, would you tell us what you're doing?
Today, my report is about dinosaurs.
Could you look at us over here? Say that again.
My report is about dinosaurs.
Okay.
The title of the book that I read is called My Visit to the Dinosaurs. And the author is Allosaurus. We're going to learn about three things today. How the dinosaurs were discovered, the herbivores, and the carnivores. First, we're going to learn about how they were discovered. When they died, they were buried with sand and mud. And the first fossil was found in 1822. And when they died, they were buried for millions and millions and millions of years. There are two types of dinosaurs: herbivores, which are plant eaters, and carnivores, which are meat eaters. First, we're going to do herbivores. There is the Brachiosaurus, the Dinosaurs, and the Allosaurus. The Brachiosaurus weighed over 100,000 pounds. It lived in swamps and ate plants, except it laid its eggs on land. An Allosaurus. It was a duck-billed dinosaur that had webbed feet, and it had 1,000 teeth in its mouth so it could grind food. Allosaurus. It had armed legs and leathery skin so the meat eaters could eat them. And it lived on land. Now we're going to do the carnivores. There is Allosaurus, Ornitholestes, and Tyrannosaurus. Allosaurus ran on two legs and had long, sharp teeth. And it would attack a dinosaur twice its size. Now there's Ornitholestes. It was a small, fierce dinosaur, and it was fast enough to catch birds. Now we're going to do T-Rex. He was the king of all dinosaurs and the fiercest of them all. When it ran, the earth shook. Let's review what we learned. We learned how the dinosaurs were discovered, the herbivores, and the carnivores. So let's do a quiz. Okay? I point out to a dinosaur, and you raise your hand and tell me the name of the dinosaur.
Allosaurus.
Right.
Oh yes, it does.
Give up.
Jumper. Yeah, we give up.
Okay, it's Ornitholestes.
No, it isn't.
Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
T-Rex.
Right.
I thought it was Tyrannosaurus.
And what is a carnivore?
A carnivore is...
No, let's see if they know that. A carnivore was a dinosaur that
How
would
about
eat.
some yellow one?
I know that. Let's see if they remember that.
Brachiosaurus.
I thought Brontosaurus. A Brontosaurus has a bigger body and a skinnier neck.
Give you a hint, it's one of the largest dinosaurs.
No, that's the hint. That's the hint. That's a hard hint.
Weighed 100,000 pounds.
Yeah, we know that is. Well, I didn't start with Hermes.
Big.
Oh,
Big boy.
Big
Dinosaur.
one. Brontosaurus.
No.
Barney?
Barney. Yeah, Barney. Brontosaurus.
Barney. No, it's
Spartanosaurus.
B-R-A.
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus, right.
Almost. Oh, no. The sharp teeth one. Ankylosaurus? Close. Duckosaurus. Duckosaurus. Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus.
Okay.
Allosaurus. Placosaurus.
Now, my report is done now. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Ankylosaurus's teeth sharper than that T-Rex's?
No.
See? That's the Ankylosaurus. What about the
Anybody
what
else?
about the blue guy? It says blue guy. Allosaurus is a blue guy. Allosaurus. Does he
All
have
the herbivores had flat teeth.
flat?
Yeah.
Why?
Like a one.
So, because it doesn't need sharp teeth.
Oh, wait,
Because
Dimitri, you answer that question. Why would their teeth be flat and not jagged?
better to eat plants with flat teeth. No, I know why.
Is it better to eat plants with flat teeth?
No.
Or
I know why.
what, Natalia?
Because they don't really need them, because plants aren't that hard to chew.
They didn't have to dig into something that would be flesh and tear it apart.
does anyone else have any questions?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
How long did dinosaurs live?
Oh.
3 years.
I don't know.
Well, like a million years ago.
A trillion.
Killing.
About
All right.
millions of years ago.
Did you have anything else you'd like to say? I like the way you'd like some comments. We're going to have some comments at the end of this, some positive comments. I'd like 2 people to tell something to Philip in terms of his report.
Yeah.
Comments?
A comment. Would you
I
like to
like
say?
the way that you looked at the cards and you looked at the group.
Very good. Somebody else? Somebody else want to say something?
Look more like you looked at the camera. Talk real loud.
I like the way you organized that, and you had a quiz, and you reviewed for everybody. I think somebody in your household's a teacher, huh?
My dad.
Very well done. Okay, you can take this home with you and see it.
What's that yellow?
Nice work.
What? It's just a cover. It's nothing.
Yeah.
All right, what I'd like you to do, Philip,
Cool.
I'd like you to take, let me see here. Turn that off. Let's see here.
I'm Harry Houdini, and I'm going to tell you about my childhood, how I became famous, my most famous tricks, and do a trick, and why I was special. When I first saw a magician, I was very interested, and I read lots and lots of books, and I kept on practicing and practicing. Before magic, I was in the circus, and when I was 12, I did my first performance. My real name was Eric Weiss, and I was a Hungarian Jew. I got my name from another magician named Houdini, and I became the best known magician in the world. My most famous tricks was the river escape, where they handcuffed me and on my hands and ankles, and they tied me up in chains and put me in a box and threw me in the Chicago River, which I was to escape from. The straitjacket escape, where they put me in a straitjacket and they hung me by my feet over the streets. And the escape from Scotland Yard, where they handcuffed me with about 5 handcuffs, and they put me into a jail cell, when the water escaped, where they put me in a milk can, and I was to escape. Now I am going to do a trick. No, someone's gonna do it to me. Can you hold the keys?
Yep. And move back just a little more.
I know how to escape. Just like this. I'm even gonna watch.
I'm gonna let you pull.
No. Oh, I know what he did. He's pulled something. Ta-da! He pulled something.
How did you do it?
He there's
You
like
pull the
something
thing that clicks, you pull it back.
Yeah.
You pull it like that.
Where are your keys?
This just makes it.
Okay, continuing.
And I was special because I was very strong and I was very flexible. And I was the best escape artist from the world. And I was popular until I died at the age of 52. I told you about my childhood, how I became famous, my most famous tricks, and why I was special.
Okay. What questions or comments?
Dimitri.
Did you have a wife?
Yes. Yes.
What was her name?
Best.
Yes, that's best.
Wait.
What was her last name?
Well, I'm not sure, okay?
Why did the magician name you Harry?
Picked it out.
Harry.
Picked it out. Imagine
Harry?
Ronnie, when were you born?
Huh?
When were you born?
Didn't say.
Oh, you don't know when you were born. I know you died. I was born.
What did it say?
Didn't say.
I have a question.
What?
Did you have any children?
No.
Did you get married?
If you did, how many would you like to have? Yes, he did.
If he did get married, he would have some kids.
No.
There's one person that asked Philip a question, and it's not you. So let him answer your question, and if somebody else has a question, they have a hand.
Dimitri.
Oh yeah, how'd you die?
Well, I did a trick, and I said, if you punched me, I wouldn't get hurt at all. So someone punched me very hard, and I got appendicitis.
Appendicitis?
Oh
yeah.
It's where you get a disease.
I know what it is.
Well, your appendix.
I know.
No,
It's
it's
sad. When we die from it,
Really
it's
sad. He died. Did you die from that?
Yes.
Guess he did. How long did you live?
Done.
When you escaped from the river, where did you escape at?
The Chicago River.
I know, but where? Where near? Like, where did you go after you escaped?
Oh, I just had to swim back up where they dropped me.
No, she's saying, where did you stay overnight?
Huh?
Didn't stay overnight.
Stay overnight.
Where did you sleep? Where did you end?
sleep?
Where did you end? Where did you end? Where near?
What do you mean?
Where'd you wind up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
You don't know.
I'm Philip Boyce, and I'm going to tell you the story of Mice in Council. Once upon a time, there was a community of mice. And they felt in grave danger because a cat was attacking their city or their community. And they called a meeting and they discussed many plans. But they all didn't work. Then a young mouse said, "Why don't we put a bell around the cat's neck?" And everyone liked that idea. So he got a great amount of applause. Then an old mouse said that that's a very good idea, but who will put the bell around the cat's neck? The moral of that story is...
Ask the group.
Okay.
Well, first of all, why was the community in very grave danger?
Because a cat was attacking their community.
Okay. So what's the moral of the story? What's the lesson that they're trying to teach you?
Michael.
If you need to get rid of something, you should before you I don't really know what it is.
Oh, don't make up things that you don't know that you can't do yourself.
Aha. Is that the moral?
Or easier said than done.
It's easier said than done. You got it. That is a great plan, but who's going to carry it out? Right?
I know.
One person says, "Yeah, go ahead. Go put a bell around the cat's neck, and we'll hear him come." Who's going to put the bell around his neck?
I will.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea if what? It's a great idea if what?
The cat doesn't notice you?
No.
No.
Somebody makes up the idea. It's a great idea to put a bell around the cat's neck so we can hear him coming. It's a wonderful idea if someone else does it, right? Who's going to do it? Once you have somebody,
I will.
Once you have somebody to carry it out, then it's a great idea. Easier said than done. Great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan could do it.
And it is March 22nd, 1995. And origami is a Japanese art where you fold paper into different objects. And today, if you follow these steps, you can make a floating boat. First, you make a center crease in the middle of your paper. Now unfold the paper and fold the top and bottom to the center crease. Now turn it over and fold the four corners.
The kids might be better off sitting at your desk so that you can see what he's doing. Can you see him folding that?
Yeah.
No.
All right, actually let him fold it, then you can stay where you are. Let him fold it, and then he'll lift it up to show you.
Fold it the opposite way to folded the center crease. And there should be 3 layers at the top of your boat. Put 2 to one side and 1 to the other and round it out a little bit. Now flip it over and pinch the 2 corners at the bottom. Then fold down the corners that you pinched. your floating boat. Now if you put a, well, I don't have a coin, but if you put a coin in, put it in water, it should float.
Look at that, and it does. Do you have enough paper to give everybody one for them to try it?
Yes.
All right, well, you know what we're going to do? I want you to go over the steps again. Just read them to us from the chart because it's very important for them to see as well as hear and watch you. And what we're going to do is we're not going to have time right now unless we finish up with everybody else who's supposed to go today, but we will give everybody a chance to make one of those. Okay, so let me just center in on your chart. Okay, would you step by step explain to us one more time?
First, make a center crease. Then fold top and bottom to center. Turn the paper over. Fold the four corners to center crease. Fold in half, then pull the layers apart while pressing. Spread a layer to a side and two to another. Turn it and make a crease. Pinch points at bottom. Flatten point with thumb. Round the boat.
Okay, now, if you were to follow all of those steps, very attractive. If you were to follow all of those steps, do you think you could do it?
Yeah.
Or do you think you could do it watching somebody else reading it and doing it with you? Which do you think would be easier? Reading and doing. Because those are a lot of directions, but if you were to read the directions, make a center crease, and Philip is to do that. Make a center crease, and with all of you watching, then fold top and bottom to center, and everybody then did it. It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? What do you think Philip should add to his chart? One more thing.
Materials he used.
No, that's okay.
More background.
No. What do you think he could do to make it really seem very real?
Put a boat on it.
I'm going to ask you to make another boat, and we'll glue the side of the boat to the right over there to that spot where it says how to make a floating boat. And then when people read the directions, they'll actually see the boat. All right? Make sense? Oh, you have another one? Great. So all you're going to have to do is maybe use some glue or some tape and just to put it on. Bring the yellow boat over and just hold it up to the chart. See? Doesn't that look good? Because now not only do they have the directions, but they see what it looks like when it's finished. Okay? Very nicely done. Good. Okay, any comments? Isn't that interesting? It's going to be very interesting to see how everybody has something different that they've chosen to demonstrate. Good, Philip. What's also going to be interesting is for you to see yourself on your own videotape and how much you've grown and how much more comfortable you are in front of the camera. I can see a big difference in Philip since the first time he went. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to tell you about cats. I'm going to tell you 3 things about cats today. The characteristics of cats, the house cats and the wild cats. Cats have many different characteristics. They see very well at night, and they're very good hunters. They have very slender bodies, so they can stretch very well. And if they're happy or sad, they express themselves by their tails. And if something or someone is behind them or anywhere beside them, they can hear them from anywhere. There are 36 different kinds of house cats. Here are 3 different examples. The Manx cat, which has no tail. The Persian, which is a beautiful cat that has very light fur and is very fluffy. There's the Siamese, which was kept by kings and queens back in the olden times. And the kittens are very playful, and they were very young. There are more wild cats than there are house cats. Here are 4 examples. The black panther lives in Asia and Africa. And most have dark fur and some have orange fur with black spots. And they are called the leopards. There's the cheetah, which lives in the plains of Africa and hunt in the day, but don't hunt in the night. They're the fastest cats in the world, and they can go up to 60 miles per hour. The bobcat lives in parts of America and is a fierce hunter, but really is a small version of a small version of the lynx. It has tufts on its ears and has a stubby tail. And there are tigers. And there are tigers which live in India. They are the biggest, most powerful cats in the world. They have beautiful dark stripes with orange fur. This is what you learned. This is what I taught you today about cats. The characteristics, the house cats and the wild cats.
What about your poster?
Here's the black panther. And here are the shapes that represent the tigers on the globe. And
You're matching your keys, huh? See how he made his own symbols?
yeah.
You drew your own pictures?
Yes.
Where did you get your information from?
From a book called Cats.
And where'd you get your pictures from? Wasn't it? Were the pictures in that?
It was from the same book. I copied them out.
I like the tail on that tiger. What's the bobcat going after?
It's climbing a tree.
You think it's going to get down safely?
Well, they're very good climbers.
Okay. Okay. Comments? Did a lot of hard work on that. How long did it take you to do everything?
It took me about 3 days.
Tell us how you made the globes.
Globe, I got green and blue fabric, and I got a ball, and I had some paper mache, and I dipped the cloth into the paper mache and put it on the ball.
Wonderful. And I see you've learned the lesson on matting, haven't you? I see you've learned the lesson on matting and how everything stands out so much better when you have colors underneath. See how that works? How good that looks? Because it's the picture on top of a color on top of the white. It kind of gives it a real three-dimensional look. Comments, because we are going to be leaving the room in a minute. Go ahead.
It was a real good subject to do it on.
I like how you did those keys and put it on the earth. The way you showed it on the dollars too.
tree.
Okay. I would like you, thank you, Philip. I'd like you